You and Puff haven't liked each other business-wise for a long time.
Oh, that's why. It's only business, right? Because it's a little fluffy stuff. They hug you from the front and the back at the same time.
It's not your thing.
It's not my thing, bro.
What was the original annoyance between, it was just like...
Well, when you start to get the momentum, he's like, yo, we gotta hang out. Yo, when we gonna, you know.
So you felt like he was trying to dim your light early in your career?
It wasn't that. It was really just, I got uncomfortable with him because the way he was acting to try and get me to hang out with him was like, yo, I'll take you shopping. Like, and I'm like, what you mean? Like, that's something you say to a woman you're attracted to, maybe.
Right.
It was weird because not only do I not go shopping like that, but it's just weird, bro. Like, and now you start to see a lot of the weird stuff that was there. It looks like it all lines up, don't it? It was not in the closet. It was in front of you, and you wasn't seeing it because you see the beards, or you see the girls. So you didn't look at them the way it actually is to a degree. Why you get so quiet? You guys make me feel like I'm scared.
Well, I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot.
No, they see this. You see this. They see this.
He see it.
Nah, you see this. They won't act like that. Oh, we got nothing to do with that. If we could just...
No, that ain't it.
Told everything. Make the police look like they don't even work, man. Skate on, man, everything.
I don't know.
You cross the street, if you jaywalk,
I don't know what you're talking
trust
about.
me. He was there, they know about it. He told him in detail.
Behind me.
He came back. He was finishing it. He came back and said, wait, I forgot to tell you this.
Tonight, we start the show with 50 Cent showing you what a BIASS ninja is. Now roll the clip.
And now, a public service announcement for those who may be confused, courtesy of the G.
At this Summer Jam concert, 50 Cent questioned Ja Rule's manhood in front of thousands.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's been brought to my attention that you guys don't know what big look like. Take a look at this. I know that's not hip-hop. You know that's not hip-hop. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The next time you're flipping through your radio or through your TV, you know how to identify it.
This happened back in Summer Jam 2003. 50 decided to use the Summer Jam screen to kind of do the same thing that Jay-Z had did with those pictures of Prodigy just 2 years earlier. All 50,000 audience members were laughing at Ja Rule because 50 was mocking some of Ja's biggest songs. Cent has a toxic relationship with Hot 97 and a few controversial moments at Summer Jam, and that's what I want to show you today. First, we start with Saturday, June 12th, 2004. Now, here is 50 doing what he do, tearing up the stage, and at the same time, catching chairs in mid-air, and doing all of this while still performing. Nah, hold up. Did y'all see him catch that chair in midair? That was bananas. Now, this performance happened at Summer Jam 2004. But why were the audience throwing chairs at 50 Cent? See, 50 Cent had a falling out with one of his old friends from the hood, Bangum Smurf.
Vest up, all kinds of guns on him, running behind this and meeting. He gotta go to studio, we here.
So y'all was
guns,
holding them
man,
down,
holding them
like
down,
really
like,
holding them down, like
opening doors like this nigga was a fucking boss for real, man.
Say that
like
again?
we was holding this nigga down like he was a boss for real, man. Yeah, like something like we was like he was a boss, opening doors, pistols, all that. We was the security. You know
so let me ask you a question.
All that music shit, I wasn't with that rapping shit.
That's crazy.
Like I was slinging crack and dope for real. You know what I mean? When 50 stopped slinging, the block became mine. Like,
Okay, so
I
50 had the block on lock for a minute?
Yeah, he had that shit on. Man, the whole hood was pumping for 50.
Oh, for
the
real?
whole hood. I don't go. You sling cracking 9495. You was pumping for 50.
Once you know your background, and you really do half of the things you rap about, because half of these rappers is liars. See, like in New York, he was already popular because he was a hustler, but when he started rapping, they embraced him even more.
Smurf used to be one of 50's homeboys, but they had a fallout and were no longer cool with each other. So Bangum Smurf bought front row seats to Summer Jam as he knew 50 Cent would be performing, and he brought his homies with him. Smurf was rolling deep on this day. He had 19 dudes with him ready for anything, just to disrupt 50's performance.
I called my homegirl. I'm like, yo, man, what's up, man? I need some link. I need like 20 Summer Jam tickets. She was like, damn, I don't think I could get all of that for you. Back then, we getting money too. I said, yo, I don't care the cost of that. Just get 20 tickets from me. So long story short, I got a good deal on the tickets, and I bought 20 front row tickets. And I told my niggas, we just gonna go there.
Throughout 50's performance, Smurf and his homeboys were right in front of him, harassing and taunting him the whole night. After some time, 50 responds by pouring water on him in the audience.
You gon' let me shine again. I know you gon' let me in through this night. I know you gon' let me smoke on my weed. I know you gon' let me drink with no ID. I know you gon' let me shine again. I know you gon' let me in through this night. I know you gon' let me smoke on my weed. I know you gon' let me drink with no ID.
Smurf's entourage retaliates by throwing chairs at 50 on stage.
He comes over with a bottle of water. Now I'm thinking he gonna throw the whole bottle of water at us and cause some damage. This bitch opens the bottle and throws the water out on us.
Bangum Smurf claims he never planned for his boy to throw things at 50, but things got out of hand after 50 threw water on him.
I ain't say we was gonna throw chairs or none of that. I ain't playing none of that shit. I just said we gonna go there and taunt them niggas because we're in the front row. We just gonna be rowdy all night, let them see us, because I had to go to jail the next month. So I'm like, man, I had to go to jail. So I said, I gotta do something where they were gonna remember me forever. You did? So I was like, yeah. And it worked out like that. But he started it though, like
that's what I was gonna say. So how long did it take, and could you see him seeing y'all, and he started to get a little?
Us the whole time. That's why, like, say we on the right side of the stage. He stayed on the left side the whole time. That's why, if you ever notice, you go back, he stayed on the left side. That's why he was always on the left side. The first 20 seats on the front row. The right side, that was all us. So he couldn't take it no more. I know him. So. And then we started doing the GF record shirts on the stage because we went there with our SBG shirts. We throwing it on stage and all that.
And 50 was pissed by this and walked off stage not long after.
Y'all already know we don't know. That's what it is. Let's go. Hey, what the fuck is up, man? Hey, check it out. We don't even run it. What y'all gotta understand is, look, it's not that I'm doing good, it's you're not working hard enough. No. That's what it is, you gotta work. I work, y'all niggas hear me every fucking week, new music on the street, every week. Why y'all niggas don't work? They must forgot who the fuck the mixtape champion is. You wanna win, right? Yeah. I wanna win. Yeah. Oh man. Why you gonna do all the slack shit every time? Why y'all starting them? Fuck.
After this, Bangum Smurf was banned from Hot 97 and Summer Jam indefinitely. 50 was banned from Summer Jam for a very long time. This ban will last 10 years. He was banned from Summer Jam, but at least he wasn't banned from Hot 97. Even that would also change very soon. For 50 Cent and Hot 97, what happens next is something that has probably never happened to any other radio station before. You all know how they became a member of G-Unit. Dr. Dre asked 50 to add him to the team. Game was then featured on a couple of G-Unit mixtapes to help him build the buzz. 50 then wrote and gave the Game some songs that were on his debut album. Some of the songs 50 gave the Game turned out to be the biggest hits on his album. Tony Yayo even stated that he wished 50 had given the songs to him.
Even when he wrote for Game, I remember like, this how we do and all that stuff. Like, Game is a dope artist, but I remember hearing that on my condo, and I looked at Fifth like, you gonna give this nigga this shit? This is how we do all that shit, hated to love it. I'm looking at him like,
these are hits.
Motherfucker, give me that shit. Or keep that shit for yourself.
But according to the Game, 50 Cent's only contributions to the album were just the choruses and the records you heard him rap on. The Game was also friends with almost everyone 50 Cent was beefing with, and having Jimmy Henchman as his manager didn't make things easier as well.
G-Unit is here, 50's here, and Game can be anywhere in between that and probably even bigger than that. And you can't suppress that. You can't suppress that with just G-Unit.
I wanted to be on Dre's level, on Eminem's level, and I wanted to be respected as that. I don't think 50 respected me in that aspect. I think he wanted me to be a G-Unit soldier, which I'm not.
You can tell Jimmy Henchman played his part and probably encouraged this beef. After some time, while doing an interview with Power 105, 50 Cent stated that the Game was no longer a member of G-Unit. This is when everyone knew that the beef had officially started.
Hey, now let's talk about the G-Unit for a minute, 50. Now I read where you said Game was about to be dropped from Aftermath Interscope before you got involved. That's true?
Yes. It was absolutely the truth.
How did that transpire?
Creatively, the tires got stuck in the mud, and you know what I mean? So we actually got together. I recorded 6 records on Game's new album.
Right.
I did West Side Story, How We Do, Hated to Love It, Church for Thugs, Special, and Higher. You see what I'm saying? And he came back recently from overseas and was disrespectful, man. Like the way he's like, it's like he's feeling himself, like because of how well his record is selling.
Mm-hmm.
So I openly, I wouldn't expose what I did for the project, but I wrote those records. I created the concept of those records and he rapped around it. He's a great rapper. He's not a good songwriter. It's incredible that he would come back and forget how much I've done for him. You know, personally. You know what I'm saying?
So where does he stand as far as G Unit is concerned right now?
Across the street or around the corner. He's not in my camp.
Not at all.
No way. You know what I mean? And Dre was a major part of that. And at the same time, I did get, the tail was wagging the dog for a second. Dre had got creatively tied up onto the game project, and he stayed over there, so I had to kind of go off and make my record. You know what I mean? That's why it's like 2 records from Dre on this album.
Yeah, it's only 2 records.
You know what I mean? And I sat in Los Angeles longer than I've ever sat out. I did 4 days the last time. This time I was out there for about 2 months and 3 weeks.
Waiting to work with Dre?
And I made the records while being proactive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I can't sit there because he's tied up on another project, and I love Dre again. But if he's confused with what direction he wants to go in after this, my next album, I have the same 20 cuts this album has on it, but it'll be sold as a double CD. It'll fulfill my album requirements for Interscope Records. That'll be the end of 50 Cent on Shady Aftermath. And I'll move forward in my career as a Shady G Unit artist.
Right, and with no hard feelings at all.
Yeah, no hard feelings at all.
Well, why did you and Game get into a shoving match?
We ain't never been in a shoving match.
No, that's not true?
You say to sound good.
Okay.
That's what you say to look good. Me and 50, I push 50.
Never.
You see what I'm saying? That never happened. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's things that they say that inconsistent. Like, I really don't understand what made them do that.
50 Cent would then have another interview with Funk Master Flex on Hot 97, explaining why he kicked the game out of G Unit.
And I overextended myself to him because he was the person that I sat down and actually, he's been in my house. Okay. I don't know what the inside of Dr. Dre's house looks like. I brought him there and sat there and made the records that he had. A lot of those records, I muted vocals. I had already wrote those records. You know what I mean? Like, he said what he said about Jay-Z to make him attack him. Then when he does it, he says, nah, I ain't do that. The night that happened, I said, wait, let me get on the phone. He called me from Amsterdam. He did say. I said, let me get on the phone with Jay-Z and find out exactly what's going on. I get on the phone, see if it's serious or like that. Me and Jay never actually made contact, but the information came back that Jay was like, nah, I was tapping him a little something light to make him know that I will, if you keep going. And I said, oh, thanks, good looking, because you didn't destroy the money right there. You could have just got rid of him. You see what I'm saying? Real easy like that. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not established to that point. He still got to make records on his own. He hasn't made anything by himself yet.
And while this interview was going on, Henchman was allegedly pissed that his client had been kicked out of G Unit. He allegedly sent the Game and some serious dudes to go to Hot 97 and confront 50 Cent. 50 was on the show with the other G Unit members. However, security didn't allow Game and his homies into the building. The situation eventually turned into a fight with bullets zipping around as the homies started shooting. When the whole G Unit crew heard the Game was downstairs, they ended the interview abruptly.
Well, we got it. Let's go. Enough's enough?
Right now.
It's Hot 97. Funk Flex. We focused.
DJ, nobody.
Flex, sorry about that. Hey, it's okay, fellas. Hey, it's all great.
There is some confusion about what actually happened that night, and that's partly because the Game is the master at switching up his story at every opportunity he gets. There's an interview where the Game states that 50 Cent actually went out the back door just to avoid facing him.
People say, they like to say, well, 50 Cent, shot one of Game's, cohorts or whatever, but that's not what happened. 50 Cent went out the back door of the radio station, and his security, armed security, which were more than likely NYPD, came out.
But in this interview, Game switches his story and says that he and 50 Cent was looking at each other eye to eye with guns drawn and shooting at each other.
Yeah, man, like we was shooting, they was shooting, shit was crazy. Me and 50 stared each other in the eyes with guns drawn. Two that was friends and homies, and they came up in hip hop together, and I don't even know who fired first shot. I just know we were shooting at each other.
Come on, what that sound like, y'all? Don't that sound like some old-fashioned Western duel shit? Just in case you're confused, like me, we've gone from 50 slipping out the front door to the game claiming that 50 took out guns and they were shooting at each other. And the whole scene was like Grand Theft Auto, all over the place. Now stick with me. In this next clip, Game claims that 50 Cent had NYPD and other armed men for his security. So the Game and his homies were outgunned.
Once and were, they felt they were scared. So they pulled out guns and dude got to shooting at the ground, skidded up, hit Kevin, he was bleeding in the snow, and I feel embarrassed by what happened, and I felt like I let all my guys down and leading them in that, in that situation where we had to retreat because we were outgunned.
So what this means is that 50 had more men than the Game. However, in another interview, the Game switched up again and said that he and 50 both had 30 men with them.
I don't even know who fired first shot. I just know we were shooting at each other. And at that moment, everything was in slow motion. It wasn't about nobody else that was there, even though I had 30 with me and 50 had 30 with him, man. It's almost a blessing that only one person got hit.
Somebody dead. That's count. That's count. That's count. That's count.
And if you think that's the last time the Game changed his story, you're wrong. In the Game's latest interview, he stated that he had 70 men with him. Yes, 70.
So what was interesting is I was rolling with you during that time, but that day I'm like, I'll just stay home. So you and New Jersey Devil and some of your homies.
A lot of them.
A bunch of your homies. How deep were you guys that day?
Like 70.
70?
Yeah.
Okay.
Come on, man. Not even Hollywood writers are on the Game's level. But despite Game's different versions of the story, we are sure of one thing, and that is that there was a shootout outside of the building of Hot 97 on that day. The Game did arrive with his homies, and during the shootout, one of his homeboys was shot in the leg that day. Now, fortunately, the bullet didn't hit any vital organs, and he did survive.
Police say a group was exiting the building. They were leaving, and they started to argue, and someone pulled a gun. 50 was not injured during the incident. Victim is in stable condition. No arrest.
Hot 97 was nicknamed Shot 97 after this. 50 and G-Unit were banned from the station as this was a very serious issue. However, it's difficult for a station to not want one of the most successful rappers on their platform, especially when it's a name like 50 Cent, who surely drives the ratings to a whole other level. Instead, Hot 97 stopped interviewing him in their main studio. Whenever 50 is around, they use a different studio to interview one of the most polarizing figures they are involved with.
I spent a whole bunch of money on the intro.
And you decided to change it to come out with him?
I'm just gonna come out right there.
It was so dope. The moment of you two standing up there was so great.
I didn't want to miss that part.
You did the right thing, Fif.
It worked. And then
the right thing.
It worked.
And I knew to come from that to rise to the top.
You was looking like the Kumbaya. You was looking like I love everybody guy.
Nobody left. Everybody's still behind me. Like, everybody's there.
Yeah.
I was like, yo. Then Ebro was a little upset because he was like, yo, my bad, because so many people stayed on the stage.
Yes, I know that.
He's like that. So it's like, it was a little hard to kind of keep up with where I'm at.
I like your jab to Ebro too.
Yeah,
Ebro,
yeah.
I know you run
things after.
Yeah,
while I'm on the stage.
People took that as if you had some sort of real beef with Ebro after.
No, you know what he gave me? He gave me some weak tickets, man.
Did he really?
Contract said you had to have some tickets. Put my peoples in the nosebleed.
After being kicked out of G-Unit, the Game decided to use the Summer Jam stage to troll 50 Cent. Remember, this is the same festival hosted by Hot 97. During his performance, the Game had what he called the G-U-Not campaign.
Listen, 50 Cent can suck my dick like bass can suck my dick. 28 can suck my dick. G-Unit can suck my dick. Olivia can suck That's what it is. Oh, rat ass nigga. That's my nigga 50 Cent. And that's the nigga, that's Yayo on the ground. It's 50 Cent. Yeah. Get his ass on the stage, man, he a rat. Now I'm playing my shit. Nigga bust through my lip, nigga. Man. 50 Cent can stop. Nah, take Tony Yayo can stop. Nah, take Olivia can stop. Nah, take T-Unit can stop. Nah, take Yayo can stop. Nah, take Lil can stop. Nah, take Lil Bass can stop. Nah, take a girl like that stop.
According to the game, the giant rat you saw getting beat on stage was 50 Cent. However, another person who has been accused of being a rat is the game's manager, Jimmy Henchman. 50 has called Henchman a rat on Hot 97 more than once.
Look, I'm from Southside Jamaica, Queens. I don't like Supreme. I don't like Premium. But he lived the way he actually projected himself. His lifestyle is consistent.
He was true to it.
He never ratted on nobody. Just like that. You see what I'm saying? And Jimmy's a different kind of guy. He telling everybody. He solved the last 10 years of criminal activity in New York City in 10 minutes. The DA said, hold on, chill out, stop, boy, you're gonna make it like that don't even work. The DA asked him to stop. Stop, man. You're gonna make like we're not even working here.
Yo, stop laughing. Me and you ain't built for this. Lawrence Styles, move away from 50 Cent. Slide over. We're not built for this. We're nerds. We work at radio stations.
I just got a radio job.
I don't want no problems.
I mean?
No, but
Henchman. Oh.
Yeah, he's a rat. Told everything. Make the police look like they don't even work, man. Escape on, man, everything.
I don't know.
You cross the street, if you jaywalk,
I don't know what you're talking about.
He was there, they know about it. He told them in detail.
Behind me.
He came back. He was finished. He came back and said, wait, I forgot to tell you this.
Now, these are very serious accusations. The kind that make Ebro and the other OAPs very uncomfortable when 50 talks about it. Remember, Hot 97 banned 50 Cent from Summer Jam after that 2004 incident with Bang'em Smurf. This ban eventually lasted 10 years, and it was 2014 when 50 was allowed back on that Summer Jam stage. He was gonna have a G-Unit reunion right there at Summer Jam. This was huge and was definitely going to be the headlining event, especially because Hot 97 also did a good job of keeping this a secret.
First of all, nobody knew G-Unit was coming.
Yeah.
Nobody knew. That was a surprise to everybody.
50 revealed that he was actually excited to be back at Summer Jam.
And the first time I performed at Summer Jam, it was like kind of got so hyped that it kind of got me kicked out of the place, but I'm back, baby. I ain't been there since 2004. Now we get ready to get it going. You understand what I'm saying? It's 2014. Now you know they wasn't even supposed to let me back. I'm gonna turn up. You already know.
So since he's returning from a 10-year ban, he's surely not going to cause any problems this time. But just when he had just returned from the ban, first performance on the Summer Jam stage in 10 years? Guess what, y'all? He gets banned again. G-Unit affiliate Slowbucks took a picture with 50 Cent's son, Marquise. Marquise Jackson is 50 Cent's first son and child, but they don't have a relationship. 50 has even said that Marquise doesn't exist to him at all, and he won't mind if he was hit by a bus. Damn, 50? Yo, son? I mean, for anyone else, all Slowbucks did was take a picture, but if you know 50 Cent, this was betrayal. I mean, when he saw the picture after Slowbucks posted it, he already commented, this picture was a bad idea. But Slowbucks, he really didn't get the message. And while 50 was performing at the 2014 Summer Jam, there was like 100 people on stage with him. It was like he brought the whole hood out with him. I mean, yeah, and Slow Bucks wanted to be part of the moment, and he got on stage with them with his chains on, looking fly. And while the performance was going on, you can see 50 walking to the crowd, and he comes back out with a bottle of water, and all of a sudden, Slow Bucks gets jumped and get his chain snatched. And that moment that 50 Cent turned his hat to the back was probably the signal for Slow Bucks to get jumped. I mean, that's the type of shit you see in the movies and whatnot. You know, it's like Don Corleone signaling somebody to get hit. And nope. I'm not saying that 50 made the call for Slow Bucks to get jumped. But everyone says, allegedly, 50 got his chain snatched. I mean, would an artist continue performing on stage with so much violence going on if he didn't have anything to do with it? And after this, 50 Cent was banned from Summer Jam once again. And when Angie Martinez interviewed him on Hot 97 and asked him about it, 50 said, look, I didn't have anything to do with that. He said he didn't even know anything happened until he saw it on social media.
Can we talk about Summer Jam at the gate?
I mean, look, the opportunity.
What happened there, first of all?
It was so much fun. Like, I came out, it really set it off with me and Nas. Because
you're talking about the overall show, what happened. I'm asking what everybody's talking about and what's been driving social media for the past couple of days about this altercation that happened on the stage.
I didn't even see I was performing.
That's what you're going with. You didn't see anything. Have you heard about it?
Yeah, I hear, people say everything. I look at media takeout, I see rumors and stuff like that, all these different things. But, I've seen so many things about me that weren't true that,
right.
That wasn't. It's nothing there.
All Curtis Jackson saw was just smiling faces.
The only thing I would say, I know we don't talk about anything else that's going on the internet about what may have happened, the incident that you didn't see.
Yeah, I didn't. I was performing. I was performing. Look, I see smiling faces. Smiling faces. You know that? I'm watching the crowd. The energy is so amazing, and I'm like, yeah.
My point is, do you feel like it takes away from, because I felt like, wow, I was so impressed. Oh, look at 50, brought everybody together. It's such a positive moment. Then there's a negative thing happening behind you that you didn't even see. And do you feel like that takes away from the moment of this positive 50?
You think I wouldn't be attached to that at this point?
Right.
You don't?
No, I don't need that.
And Ebro confirmed on Hot 97 that, 50 was banned again after this incident.
There had to be a promoter part of you who promotes big events.
Of course.
That if anything like that ever happened, you would never let the person come back to your building ever again.
It's happened. And I didn't let 50 Cent come back.
Oh, when 50 threw the chair, right. So
when he threw the chair, and then we let him back, and then the Slow Bucks thing happened. That was it.
However, it seems 50 actually had the last laugh. In his most recent Hot 97 interview, 50 was trolling Hot 97 right there on their show about the drop in Summer Jam rating.
Oh man, what happened at Summer Jam?
Man, good old days, right?
Yeah, the Summer Jam was...
Yo, you coming back this year?
No, because I'm banned, remember?
mean?
Apparently, I was banned for a little while. Wasn't this
after the thing, after the.
So look, leave me banned, ladies and gentlemen. Leave me banned. I'm fine where I'm at now. I'm fine where I'm at. Don't unban me because no one's there to get. When's Jay's coming to Summer Jam?
I'm sorry?
When's Jay-Z coming to Summer Jam?
coming back?
It's been a long time.
When's Jay-Z coming back anywhere? We waiting for him to come a lot of places. I want him to come on the show.
No brunch, no lunch, no dinner. It's hot out here, man. It's hot out here. You gonna see him nowhere.
50 Cent and Hot 97 would always have like a toxic relationship. At this point, they probably hate seeing him at all. However, when 50 is on their show, the ratings are through the roof. So, unfortunately for them, they need him more than he need them. And y'all, there you have it. Come on, let me know what you think. Write something in the comments, like it, and then share it. I'll see you next time. Peace and love.